Out of Cranford, New Jersey, our local municipal channel, TV 35, is a major source of hyper-local information that is specifically designed and created for our residents alone. We get to see our town meetings, concerts, high school sports, news, and more on a channel that is strictly about our community. The value of public, educational, and government stations was clearly demonstrated during the COVID-19 pandemic. All access channels provided crucial information, including press conferences and emergency updates from their municipal governments directly to their citizens. Today, the very existence of PEG channels is under attack. Access channels have been historically supported by a special surcharge that subscribers pay on their monthly cable bill, which is passed back to each municipality. But in 2019, this all changed. The FCC passed a franchise fee order that allows the cable companies to redefine the way PEG stations are funded. Under this new order, the cable companies could add the value of in-kind contributions to this cap, including the ability to place an arbitrary number on the value of each access channel. This would greatly affect the total amount received by municipalities and drastically reduce the amount of funding available to support PEG stations, possibly forcing municipalities to reassess the importance of funding their channels. Fortunately, there is a simple solution to this problem that is awaiting action in both sides of Congress. The Protecting Community Television Act mandates that the franchise fees must be only monetary payments. No non-monetary contributions will be allowed. This would ensure that franchise fees would continue at the level required to support PEG and community channels. Please contact your members of Congress today and ask them to co-sponsor the Protecting Community Television Act. Doing so will demonstrate their support for PEG television and allow municipal and community channels to continue bringing you hyper-local information.
Davey knows a thing or two about getting results. So do we. Elk Grove Village can help your business get big.
And now the lineup, starting with the prospect night, with Tom Carter.
Good evening and welcome to Elk Grove, Illinois, where we are live for some women's volleyball here tonight inside Elk Grove High School. The Grenadiers are hosting the Knights of Prospect High School. I'm Chris Randall, and I'm joined by Brian Siring. Brian, first off, welcome to volleyball. And how do you see this one going out tonight?
Well, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be with you, Chris. Very excited for my first girls volleyball since I would say sometime in the early 2000s when I was back at Conant. But I'm excited. Maybe it's been a bit of a rough season so far for both teams, but I think we have a good match on our hands with both teams just being pretty even. I'm excited. I think Prospect had the better of Elk Grove in their first matchup earlier this year. But I like to think there's a nice home crowd here. Everyone's getting pumped up, ready for the game. I think we got I'm optimistic. I think Elk Grove's going to pull this one through.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of said it. Elk Grove coming in on the year 11-17. They have not won a conference game, 0-8. As for the other side, Prospect 11-18. Their Prospect's one conference win is a 2-0 victory against these Elk Grove Grenadiers on September 24th. As for that, Prospect does come into this match tonight on a 3-game losing streak. Their last win was October 5th against Palatine. As for Elk Grove, they did win their last match this past Saturday, 2-0 victory against West Chicago. As we are about ready underway here, both teams shaking hands as Elk Grove is in their black uniforms, yellow lettering with the libero in their white. As for Prospect, they're in the baby Carolina blue, the lettering in the white, and the liberos in the white jersey with navy lettering. As we did not catch the starters as they were going on in our introduction, so we'll get those starters to you as quick as possible. But Elk Grove 2-9 here on their home court. As for Prospect, they are 3-5 away from their home court. So, like you said, very interesting game that we'll have here. Two decent teams going at it and seeing who could get on the winning side of it. Prospect looking to break their losing skid, and Elk Grove trying to stay on the winning side.
Yeah, and it's always going to be you get a little bit more pumped up. You have a conference matchup here. Elk Grove looking to get their first conference win. Prospect looking to get their second conference win. And, we'll see how much that translates. Both teams, as we sit here, looking really pumped up for the start of this game, ready to go. And we're just getting ready to start the match here.
Absolutely. Is waiting to see who will have serve. Refs now giving the ball. It will be Elk Grove serve. And Vanessa Witkowski to start us underway for the Grenadiers. On the court, you can say the Elk Grove starters, and then I'll say the Prospect starters.
Absolutely. With the ball in her hand, that's Vanessa Witkowski, number 16, with our first serve of the game.
And out of play, Prospect will win the first point. There's a free ball after the initial serve, and it goes out. So number 10 now, Vas Radovic to serve for Prospect. Does go over. There is Witkowski, diving effort from Dilac. Does over back to the Elk Grove side. Dilac with the attack, blocked in the net and sent to the floor. A solo block by Anna Range, a freshman on the Knights side. 2-0 early start.
Rounding up the Elk Grove starters, we have number 14, Stephanie Contreras, number 12, Aubrey McCorney, number 11, Angelica Dialog, number 8, Eden Kolerick, and number 31 in the white shirt, Heidi Zawazlak at the libero.
As Dilac's second attack goes out over the back line, 3-0 in favor of Prospect here early. Head coach for the Knights is Catherine Miles. As it is still with Radonovic. Over it goes. It's going to be a free ball on the prospect side. Handled by Linky. Attack. Tipped up at the net by the blocker, number 13, Olivia Eugene. And then it falls to the ground without an attack on the Elk Grove side. 4-0 for Prospect. Early in set number 1. As a quick reminder, it is best 2 out of 3 in the high school level. 25 win by 2. As Radnovic sends this one over. Witkowski, Eugene over to Dialak. Dialak finds the floor and it gets Elk Grove on the board. 4-1.
And I think I missed number 13, Olivia Eugene.
Yep.
For Elk Grove.
The libero is Heidi Zoislak. She's going to go to service for the Grenadiers, down by 3. The libero on the other side, Anna Garland. She's wearing number 3. As this one goes out and will be a Prospect point. 2 service errors on the Grenadiers side, and they find themselves down by 4, 5-1.
And that one was too bad, just curved just off past the line. That was looking good there for a second.
Amia Sapiu to serve. Dialak attacks. The barrel scoops that one up. Garland. Now we have another attack. That is from Linky. Dialak sends it. Garland looking for, and it was a nifty little play there from Radonovic. The setter sends it over for a kill.
A nice little dink just over the net there.
Yeah.
Just caught him off
was
ground.
not ready for
they were
that at
setting
all.
up nicely for that, and Prospect saw it.
As now Amy Sapui, the junior, gets an ace, and it is 7-1 in favor of the Knights. As we kind of alluded to, Prospect did win this game earlier, 2-0 in the season. Obviously, Elk Grove looks to change that up, but 7-1 start. As this one is another ace, back-to-back aces. Witkowski was the closest one there for the Grenadiers. She watched it go over her left shoulder and hit the floor.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle how close that was to the line. But Elk Grove's going to take a quick timeout here. Yep. Good idea.
8-1 is the score of the first time out. Prospect kind of seemed dead at the start of it. Now Elk Grove is the one that's dead, who had all the energy to start this match. 2 service errors is not what you would like. How do they come back?
Well, maybe a little bit too much nerves, a little too much energy getting out there at the start. A couple of giving up those 2 aces. I mean, there's 4-point swing right there. That's a huge difference. Their play has been good. Both sides they're getting their blocks up. Other than that dink over the middle by Prospect, it's been good volleys back and forth, but right now it's just all in the service.
Yeah, absolutely. The Prospect already back out onto the court with a 8-1 lead. As they're looking to extend it. Hopefully the timeout here for the Grenadiers is a good one. And they could stop the bleeding here pretty quickly and go right back into get a little rally of themselves.
Absolutely. As quickly as it's been 8-1, it can swing right back the other way.
Sapiu. Witkowski handles the serve. Eugene over to Dialak. They've fed her. Sapiu digs that up. And it's going to be a free ball here for the Grenadiers. Zoislak. Eugene flicks it over. Tipped up at the net. Fight for it in the middle. And it's right back with the Grens. Eugene sends it over. Sapiu over toward Linky. Linky sends it down to the ground. 9-1 for the Knights.
Excellent volley back and forth by both teams. Elk Grove would probably feel a little cheated not getting a point off of that. That was well done.
Sapiu over. Witkowski, and that is the 3rd ace for Amy Sapiu, the junior for Prospect, on this service rally. 10-1 over. They keep on attacking Witkowski. She handles this one. Eugene over to Dialak. Dialak hits off the pole. Point Prospect as they have a 10-point lead now here. 11-1 early in set number 1.
So it's unfortunate. They're getting good setups for the spikes. They just have yet to be able to get one to land to get that kill shot. And Now with the serve again, see if they can have a nice little rally here.
Yeah, Elk Grove gets out of the rotation. Sapiwu heads to the bench, and we have Nave Pomis, the senior number 2 for Prospect, checking in. Eugene to service. Linky, an attack for number 15, Anna Range. Dialak sends it back over. Linky there, dug it up. Going right back to Range. Range attack, blocked at the net, but goes out. And that is a Prospect point, getting their lead back to 12, or back to 10. At 12-2 is the score.
That's just unfortunate. That was an excellent block. Both of them coming up together. Not a whole lot of control you can make over that when you're just trying to keep it from getting spiked over.
Garland to service. Garland floats it over. Witkowski, Eugene looking up the middle and sent to the ground. See, that is number 12, Aubrey McCorney, the junior for the Grenadiers, getting a kill. And back to serve is Angelica Dilag.
Number 1, Reese Wadas checking in for Elk Grove.
Linky had it deflected up. Linky gets a second opportunity. There is Zoislak. Dialak over to Wadas. Wadas finds the court. 13-3, Elk Grove, 12-4. My apologies.
12-4, and that was a beautiful spike right there.
Reese Wadas a little undersized, you would see on the score 5-4, but she plays a great outside hitter for the Grenadiers. Dialak sends this one over. Linky.
You could really see her pick her spot on that last one, too.
As there is a block for Reese Wadas, the junior, making her name known right away here as she checked in, gets a kill and a block. And now Dialak and the Grenadiers trying to make a little bit of a run. 12-5. Linky over towards Range. It's going to be free ball. Linky just sends it right into the net. 12-6. Dialak to serve. Right back towards Linky, and Angelica Dialak gets an ace for the Grenadiers. And it's now a 5-point deficit, and we're right back in this one.
Like you said, just getting that rally, getting some points on the board. They know they can do it. Their play's been solid. And now they're getting it done from the serve.
Dialak sends it over the back line, and that's going to shut down the momentum here momentarily for the Grenadiers. Prospect has 2 players checking in. Lucy Ross, looks like she'll head to service. And number 19, Kelly Conley, heads into the middle there. That's the senior Ross to service. Over it goes. Zoslak. Nobody else there for the Grenadiers, so it is an ace for the senior Lucy Ross. To double the lead once again here for Prospect. 14-7, our score in set number 1. Ross. Dialak, Eugene, looking for number 19, Droz. It's blocked at the net by Linky, and it's a Prospect point. Also there was Alex Klein, the junior, looking for the block. 15-7. Ross over. Dialak, Eugene. Over to Wadas for an attack. Good effort there from Pomis. Ross over to Linky. Linky never got it over the net. 15-8.
Yeah, and that was a tough one. It looked like it just wasn't high enough there for her. She couldn't jump or get any power over it. Just tried to get it over the net while backpedaling. That's not going to be a good position, but they're recovering. It was a great play by Elk Grove, kind of putting Prospect on the back foot there.
Mary Tan to service. Linky there. And whistle. It looks like there was a player from Prospect in the middle, went over that center line. So automatic point for the Grenadiers. 15-9. Mary Tan, the junior service. She's wearing number 21. Tan sends it to Pomis, and there's an ace for Mary Tan. Back-to-back points. 15-10, and now we got a timeout on the Prospect sideline.
Yeah, and just like that, we're back in the game.
Exactly. Down by 5. A lot of momentum now building on the Elk Grove sideline. See what the timeout does here for Catherine Miles' team and as well as Elk Grove's team. 15-10.
And then Booster Club Trivia Night. The Grenadiers Athletic Boosters are holding a trivia night on Saturday, November 16th at the Elk Grove Village VFW Hall. Doors open at 7 p.m. Registration is $20 per person. All proceeds benefit the EGHS athletic teams. Visit the EGHS website at d214.org/EGHS for more details.
As Prospect heads back out of the court after their timeout, Elk Grove now headed back out with Mary Tan, the service for the Grenadiers. 2 straight points for her, a service ace. And I'll see if she can build more.
Yeah, and on that last serve, she really just caught him right at midsection. Nowhere way to play that excellent serve.
This one's a floater. Pomis there. Ross, Linky the attack over the back line. Grenadiers find themselves here within 4 now. After a 10-point deficit, they've cut it all the way down to 4, 15-11. Tan back to serve. Tape and Mary Tan with the second service ace.
I don't think you could fit a slip of paper between the ball and the net on that one. That was beautiful. That there, by the time you can react to it, there's nothing going on. There's no way to play that.
After the service ace, she floats this one on Pomis. Linky floats it on over. Eugene dug it up. Tan looking for Wadas' attack. Blocked at the net. Continue. Linky sends it over. Point Elk Grove over the back line.
And just like that, it's a 2-point game.
Yep. 15-13 here. You can argue we don't know if the refs called it, that it was blocked at the front by Linky, and we continued on, but some fans thought that never made it over as Linky got a fingertip on it. Diving effort. What a play by Anna Garland. Now Prospect has to get back. Wadas attacks, and to the floor it goes. Reese Wadas with the big time kill, 15-14.
And that's, we'll see how that feels for Prospect. That's a heartbreaker to have such a deep dig like that, lay yourself out onto the court, and come away with nothing.
Straight to Garland. Ross looking for Linky. Linky's attack. Dug up by Dilak. Eugene. Wadas sends it over. There's Garland. Ross looking for Linky on the other side. Dug up by Dilak. And it goes over the net to the floor. 15-15, all tied up. Mary Tan on a roll at the service line for the Grenadiers. 6 straight points. Looking for more. Garland dives for it. Ross. Linky attacks, floats it over. Tan a little late on the diving effort there. Prospect retakes the lead. 16-15, and Allie Linky to service for Prospect.
But even with that loss, that last point, the Elk Grove just a fantastic job getting back into this game.
Service, floats it over. There's Dilak. Eugene looking for Drost, and it was tipped up at the net. Kill 4. Julia Drost. Drost to service.
Excellent shot, excellent setup on that. You can see Elk Grove, obviously it's a fast game, but you can see that Elk Grove has been building towards that all game. Their play has been very good, and now that they've put in service, they've retaken the lead.
Yep.
Taking the lead for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Julia Droz with the service ace gets Elk Grove the lead, 17-16 as we approach late here in set number 1. Here is Garland looking for the attack from Klein. Fight for it. Klein keeps it up. It's bouncing on the tape. Eugene tries an attack, dug up. Garland sends it over for a free ball. Eugene looking for Wadas. Wadas attack. Splits the gap between Garland and Carmelio. Point for the Grenadiers, and Reese Wadas having herself a set.
Absolutely, and I say it's a whole team effort, but since the substitution of Reese Wadas, and it has been a different Elk Grove squad.
Over Ross looking for the attack, and it's going to be successful Ami Sapiwu gets the kill for Prospect in a big way, 18-17. As set number 1 has not disappointed here at Elk Grove High School.
No, not at all. And when we first started, it was a bit concerning.
Yeah.
But this has been fantastic. It's back and forth. And it's right now the game is hinging on good plays. It's not mistakes. It's not lucky hits or lucky bounces. It's been good play.
Mackenzie Bronder to serve. There was Zoslak. Eugene floats it over. Ross looking for Sapiwu. Sapiwu hits the tape and finds the back line. Tied up at 18 once again. Mackenzie Bronder, the junior for this Prospect team. As you look at this roster, Prospect has 4 seniors on it, and the rest are juniors. On the other side, it's a lot more senior heavy for the Grenadiers. As there's Zoslak. Eugene, Wadas floats it over. Sapiwu dug it up. Ross right back to Sapiwu. Zoslak with the dig. Rada's second attack here. There's Bronder. Ross switching it up, sending it to the other side and way over the back line from the attack from Kelly Conley.
I think that was our longest volley of the night so far. That was exciting to watch. It was fun to watch both teams keeping their shape nicely, getting their passes in and setting them up for nice shots, and Elk Grove came away with the point.
Witkowski to service for the Grenadiers. And it is an ace. Vanessa Witkowski gives the Grens a 2-point lead once again, 20-18. Witkowski service into the tape, 20-19 our score, and possibly a big service error right there as we get close to the rotation where the Grens could not get out of. Service though at the moment, Vas Radovic for Prospect, 20-19 our score. Floats it off the top taste and an ace for the senior Vas Radovic. 20-20 all of a sudden.
And that's just unfortunate. It's unlucky, but that is the way the game goes. That's how the sport is played.
This one a little bit harder. Tape again. Back-to-back times. Randovic hits off the top tape for a service ace, 21-20.
If she does it a third time, I'm going to have to retract my previous statement and say it's just a thing of absolute skill and perfection.
Here it goes. Randovic over the net. And it's 3 service aces in a row for the senior. No timeout from that Grenadiers sideline quite yet. 22-20 our score. Vas Radovic just turning the tables for Prospect. And there's the timeout by the Elk Grove head coach. Down by 2 with only 5 points left to go. So, 3 points left in the set here. We've seen a lot better volleyball on both sides. How do the Grens keep up with it, and how do they stop? It seems like the biggest problem for the Grenadiers is not being able to get out of rotations.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we saw, once they hit their stride, when they got in the positions they wanted to be in, when they got in there, when they got some good service, they closed the gap and took the lead.
Yeah.
The key right now is going to be getting out of it right now so they can go ahead and get the service back, get some more points, and not go down. I mean, the problem was they went down 8-1 to start off the match, and then they have been, since then, they have been somewhat, I won't say dominating, but winning.
Yeah. Randovic back out on the court. Both teams ready, and we got the whistle from the top ref. Sends over Dilak. Zoslak, and a miscommunication there. Witkowski and Zoslak both called for it, and it goes for unreturned. 23-20. Prospect 2 points away from a set 1 victory. Randovic, Zoslak. There's Witkowski calling for it this time. Dilak into the net, and it's set point for Prospect now, 24-20. And it is 6 straight points at the moment for Randovic. Here, this one floats over, and a service ace to close out set number 1, 25-20. Prospect got a little scary there with a 11-point lead, closing the gap where Elk Grove took the lead. They came away with it 25-20. How the Grenadiers respond now?
Well, I think they have to get back to where they were in the middle of that first game, and like you said, get out of the rotation. Unfortunately, it was those last, the first two aces that going off of the net. That's unfortunate. It's very hard to play that. That's going to take a really weird bounce, and there's no way to really plan for it. Unfortunately, those last two just seem, and you can even do the last three where there was a miscommunication. There's just no one is picking it. Everyone's just looking around, staring at where the ball hits, and that's just unfortunate. But that is something that can be corrected. That's not just being necessarily outplayed, or there's something you can do about it. Keep your, I want to hear some more talking, some more communication, and that could easily be corrected, and then they can avoid giving up 6 points in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. While we got a quick second, our next sports event that will be on EGTV is this upcoming Friday, October 18th, 7:30 p.m. The Grenadiers will take on these Prospect Knights, but on the football field. We'll also be covering girls varsity volleyball next Wednesday, October 23rd at 6 p.m. The Grenadiers will host the Streamwood Sabres. You can watch both of these live on Comcast Channel 6, on the EGTV Facebook page, or on the EGTV YouTube channel. And if you'd like to see this current game again, please visit EGTV on-demand site found on the website at eg-tv.org. As we're about a minute away here from set number 2. I'm Chris Randall. He's Brian Siring. We thank you for joining us. Prospect wins set number 1, 25-20. But it was a back-and-forth battle for majority of that set.
Absolutely. It was a good first set. And I think both teams are going to come away with what they want to fix and what they want to work on. For Elk Grove, I think they adjusted. They got the serve. They got the points. They went on their runs. Probably want to work on a little bit of giving up so many aces where it seemed like there wasn't even anyone making a play on it. For Prospect, I think for them, they could maybe look to clean up their play a little bit, maybe get some nice, pass set, get a spike, see if they can get a kill. They've been doing most of their heavy lifting at the line. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because if Elk Grove doesn't return the ball, doesn't return the serve, you got your point. It doesn't matter. But where I think Elk Grove seemed to be able to outperform, at least in tonight's matchup, has been in the volley.
Yeah, absolutely is. Prospect got the first, Elk Grove got the first service of that last set. So Prospect's going to get the first service of this set number 2, and they have a 1-set lead. Quick reminder, as always, 2 sets gets you the victory here at the EGHS level. Prospect 1 set away from a 2-0 victory. That would be their second, if they can, a second 2-0 victory against Elk Grove this season. And both teams just getting the right personnel in. And Prospect's going to start right where they left off with Vas Radovic at service, looking to continue that momentum she carried with 7 straight points, 4 of them service aces, and a phenomenal service for her. As she starts kind of off right where she left back off. The one's not considered a service ace due to poor passing on the Grenadier side. But it does work out for a point number 1 for
see if Elk Grove can bounce back, because you'd hate to see them get into another deep hole like they did in the first set.
Zozlak Eugene Dilac attack, dug up by Carmelio. Then Chupiwa sends it to the floor. 2-0 in favor of Prospect.
Yeah, and Elk Grove's going to have to dig deep here. They're going to want to get Radovanovic off that line, because right now that has just been absolutely devastating.
Attack, and it's going to work out there is number 8, Eden Korolak with the kill. Eden Korolak, 2-1 in favor of Prospect. Zoislak to service, floats it over, no return. Ace tied up at 2. Heidi Zoislak, the service, 5'2" senior. The libero sent up, and Carmelo there, attacked by Sapiwu. There is it with an attack, Witkowski. Witkowski hits off the top tape, 3-2 in favor of the Knights. Sapiwu, the service now. Amy Sapiwu, the junior outside hitter. Over it goes, Witkowski, Eugene, and a miscommunication finds the floor on the Elk Grove side. Sapiwu with the point.
And that's unfortunate.
4-2.
Hopefully Elk Grove can clean this up, because where I thought they were just performing so well in the first set was not having those mistakes.
And there's another point without a return, a service ace for Amy Sapiwu, as she's now rolling at the service line for this Prospect side. 5-2. The Knights continue the roll. Over the head and out of play. Stephanie Contreras was the intended target for that service. She's going to now head out, and Julia Droz into the checks in. Eugene to service now for the Grenadiers. Sapiwu heads to the bench, and Pomis back into the ball game for Prospect. 5-3 our score here early in set number 2, as this one heads out for Eugene.
You could see Olivia Eugene just trying to get that corner.
It was close.
It was very close. We had a good shot over here. Just missed it by an inch or two.
Garland. An attack here from Drost. Sends it over. Pomis. Ranovich floated over, and a kill. Alex Klein finds the floor on a little floater. And it's point for the Knights. Garland continues to serve.
No, I believe they
overturned.
They overturned it. I believe it was out of bounds. I believe. It's hard to see from where we're at on the floor here.
Yeah, both refs pointed on the Prospect side as well.
They did, and then
Pomis, Garland looking for Klein. Now floats it over. Dilak, Drost sends it over. There is Bronder. Attack, cupped and blocked. Blocked at the net by Dilak and McCorney.
1 point.
Or actually,
1 point game here. We'll see where we can go.
6-5. There is Linky. Van Der Etch floated over, and she stepped over the line. 6-6. All tied up. As Angelica Dilag starting a little bit of a run here for the Grenadiers. Came back from a 6-2 deficit, 6-6 now. There's Linky. Radovic, Linky with the attack and finds the bottom of the floor. 7-6, Prospect retakes the lead.
But a good little run there for Elk Grove, getting right back into the game, breaking up that long service by Radovanovic for Prospect that lasted 2 sets.
Ross serving for Prospect. Eugene now looking across court for Wadas, and Wadas steps over the midline. Point for Prospect, 8-6 now. Lucy Ross to serve for the Knights. Ross sends it over. Dilag. Eugene looking for Wadas again. Wadas tipped up at the net, and it's going to fall into the stands after a diving effort from Nev Pomis. Point for the Grenadiers, 8-7. Mary Tan looking to check in for the first time here in set number 2.
And that was some excellent passing right there for Elk Grove.
Tan, who went on a giant run for the Grens in set 1 at service. Linky, and nobody on the other side of that pass. Falls to the ground, tied up at 8, 8-8. Mary Tan back to serve.
And Tan has an excellent serve. It just every time you think it's not going to get over the net, and it does.
Linky, Ross, looking for Damaski. Damaski's attack is dug up by Dilac. The Grens go with Wadas. There's Garland with the dig. Linky now attacks. Dug up by Eugene. Tan over to Wadas. Wadas.
Just out of bounds right
And
there.
it does go out of play as that one came our direction. And it's going to be point for Prospect. Linky to serve. The junior, Allie Linky, sends it over the net. Witkowski, Eugene, looking for Wadas. It just has to be a free ball, though. Ross now sends it over for Klein. Klein rolls over the tape. Droz sends it over on a free. Linky, Ross, looking for Sipiwu. Diving effort by Dilac. Wadas floats it over. And Linky now with the free ball for the Grenadiers. Dilac. Eugene looking for Droz. Droz attack. Linky diving effort. Garland. Klein sends it over. Dilag. Eugene over to Wadas. Wadas attack hits off the top tape. Garland with the dig. Ross over to Sipiwu. Sipiwu keeps it up. Droz now attacks. Linky once again. And Garland sends it back over to the Gren side. Wadas, Eugene. Wadas attacks, floats. And Sipiwu goes out of play. Grenadiers with a big time point.
What a volley! I haven't seen that much deep dish since my birthday last year. So that's going to be a huge momentum boon for Elk Grove because winning a point, it's only worth one, but it's worth a little bit extra.
The attack from Sipiwu, dug up by Zozlak. Wadas attacks now. Garland is there. Ross looking for Damaski. Damaski has it dug up by Dilac. Eugene looking for Wadas. Wadas floats it over. Damaski keeps it up. Garland keeps it up. And it is a diving effort there from Juliana Carmelo. But falls to the floor. Elk Grove takes this lead here in the first time in set number 2, 10-9.
Got to respect the hustle. Got to love just the girls just laying themselves out. It's a hard floor.
Garland. Ross over to Sipiwu. Sipiwu's attack. Zolazlak tried to keep it up, but it went out after it with no one home. 10-10, back to even. Service will be Alex Klein for Prospect. And that hit off the wrong part of her hand, and it falls for a service error. Grenadiers point, 11-10. Substitution change on the other side, and Vanessa Witkowski comes back into the ball game for the Grenadiers. 11-10 our score here.
And Elk Grove might have dodged the bullet because that seemed like a serve-specific substitution and just an unfortunate hit for Prospect there, and who have had some fantastic runs on service. So
Sipiwu unable to handle the first Witkowski. There is Klein. Sipiwu attacks. Diving effort by Zozlak. Point, though, for the Knights. As it was actually Caramello with the diving effort to keep that one up. And now we'll see Mackenzie Bronder back into the game, and as well as Rondovich back in.
And last time we saw Radovanovich at the line, it was a tough time for Elk Grove.
And it continues to be a tough time for Elk Grove.
And she is just working that one spot
Yeah.
over and over again.
12-12 our score, tied up. So race to 25, win by 2. Dialect able to get that one. Eugene hustles over, free ball for Prospect. There was Carmelo. Sipiwu with the attack. Point for the Grenadiers as it goes over the back line. No tip at the front.
And they'll be happy with that, not only for the point, but
To get
Radovanovic off the serve.
Yep. As Zoislak, service. Garland sends it over the net. Dilag. Eugene looking for Dilag's attack now. Garland unable to dig it up. 14-12 in favor of the Grenadiers here in the middle of set number 2. This causes a prospect timeout. 14-12. It's been a back and forth battle here in set number 2.
It has been a fantastic, and this is what we saw in the middle of that first set too. Other than those real long service lines when there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of good points. It has been a fantastic set, and it would be great for Elk Grove if they can pull this one out and see what a game 3 or a set 3 would mean for the match. And you know what, Chris, it's my favorite time of year. I love the fall. I love Halloween. And EGTV has some excellent stuff for you in store for this Halloween. Get your Halloween scare fixed by tuning into EGTV for our annual Creepy Classic movies and radio shows. They'll be featured the entire month of October. Check the program guide at eg-tv.org to see what's playing and when. And I know I look forward to this every year. I like to stream it at work. Those old-time radio shows are still, they hold up very well today.
I'll have to check those out. I've never had the radio.
I'd say they're fantastically curated as well.
As Zoislak sends us back into play after the prospect timeout. Radovic sends it over, and a ball handling error there from Mackenzie Bronder, and the Grenadiers now have a 3-point lead, 15-12 in the middle of set number 2. Zoislak to service. Garland dug it up. Radonovic, Sipiwu with the attack, finds the floor, and gets Prospect right back where they need into this ball game, down by 2, 15-13 in favor of the Grenadiers.
Yeah.
And back to serve will be Amy Sipiwu.
I would say that was one of the hardest spikes we've seen all night, and it was expertly taken.
Sipiwu serve, Zolak looking for Dilag. It hits off the rafters, though. It's just going to have to be a free ball. Radonovic looking for Skoronsky, and it is going to go over the sideline for a point for Elk Grove. 16-13 Eugene to service. Nev Pomis back into the game as well for Prospect. 16-13 our score. Eugene's service. Looking there, Linky's there. Garland set up for Linky. Zoslak dug that up. Eugene. And a error or someone stepped over the line for Elk Grove, and a point for Prospect. Back to a 2-point lead for the Grenadiers. Garland to serve.
That was unfortunate.
Witkowski. Eugene looking for in the middle, McCorney. McCorney gets the attack too as the block goes straight to the floor. Aubrey McCorney, the junior, with the kill, sends Dilac to the service, 17-14.
Numbers 8, Alexander Klein entering the game for Prospect.
As a ball handling error from Radonovic, and it's now a 4-point lead for the Grenadiers, 18-14, starting to get to the late stages of set number 2. Dilag service. Linky there. Radovic looking for Klein. She floats it over. Zozlak diving effort. Elk Grove's got to get back now. Radovic. Bronder. Bronder's dug up by Dilag. She has to float it over. There is Pomis. Radovic. Linky's attack finds the arm of McCorney, but out of play it goes. 18-15. Prospect with a big time point there. And that sends Lucy Ross to the service for the Knights. 18-15 our score. Ross gets it over. Zoslak. Eugene attack from Wadas. Wadas blocked at the net, but it's too many hits.
Referees were all over that one.
Yeah.
I was counting in my head.
as well as they said one of the prospect players lifted instead of bumped it up. So Mary Tan into serve.
And that's just one of those frantic plays to see
Yeah,
what
exactly. See
if I can get something
away
on
with
it. Maybe not even just, get away with it. See if I can get anything on it and keep this play alive.
Tan service. Linky collects. Ross right to Linky for the attack. She floats it over, finds the floor. Allie Linky having herself a night here this evening, and she'll go to the serve for Prospect. 19-16 our score. Tan exits. McCorney back into the ball game for Elk Grove, as she will also exit right back for the libero, Zozlak. Service is dug up by Wadas. Eugene looking for Wadas, floated, and nobody home as Ross tried to dive for it, but unable to get good contact on it. Goes out of play, 21-16. And Kira Mello into the game for Prospect. Was it still 2016?
There's a hold up at the score table there.
And we got a timeout, 2016. It looks like the score will not be changing. Prospect, though, calls the timeout. Their second here of set number 2. You only get 2 timeouts per set. Elk Grove yet to use a timeout in this set, correct?
I don't believe they have, actually.
I don't believe they
no,
have either.
I mean, and frankly, why would they at this point? They've been avoiding those pitfalls of those giving up those long bouts of service to Prospect. They have gone on a few runs. There haven't been any substantially long runs, but as far as after getting over that hump of the beginning of the match, it wasn't even that a very deep hole, but they've been kind of flying here.
Yeah.
And I assume they just want to get right back out there and keep it going.
For sure. And if I was the head coach of Elk Grove either, I'm not calling a timeout unless Prospect gets 6 to 7 straight points on a run.
I agree completely. I'm going to want to get this game out because I feel pretty confident that Elk Grove can get this done.
Yeah.
Up 20-16 with the ball.
Yep. And the service is Julia Drozd, the senior for Elk Grove, with a 4-point lead, as Brian stated. Goes to Sapiwu. Ross finds Sapiwu in the attack. Drozd dug it up. But nobody on the receiving end of that pass. It finds the floor, 2017. And there goes Kiara Mello to serve for Alex Klein to serve for Prospect. Also checking into the game is Stephanie Contreras for Elk Grove, as Klein sends this one over. Dilac. Eugene cross court for Wadas. Wadas blocked at the net.
Wow.
And Sapiwu with a solo block right back into Wadas' face.
Excellent block right there.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed.
It's 2018 now our score. Prospect inching themselves back into this ball game. It's essentially 7-5 here left to go. Prospect needs 7. And Elk Grove needs 5. Who could get there first? Klein's second service over the back line and out. 21-18, a break for the Grenadiers. And Witkowski to serve for Elk Grove, the senior. Wadas heads out of the ball game momentarily, 21-18. Witkowski serves Sapiwu there, though. Ross over towards Skoransky. Skoransky heads it outside. And it's 22-18 now in favor of the Grens. 3 points away to send it to a winner-go-home set number 3. Witkowski over the net. There is Caramello. Ross, attack, but Contreras there. Eugene looking for Korolak. And now it's an attack from Damaski. Dug up. Dilac serves it up. Garland hustles over. Ross sends it over for a free ball. Witkowski. Eugene getting an attack from Dilac. Fingertips to the ground. 23-18. Angelica Dilac with a big-time kill.
Excellent point taken by Elk Grove there. You can see the communication. Calling out the ball, calling out the play, getting it set up as they wanted it to be. Now there was a lot of dumps back and forth, just trying to find your shape. and they did an excellent job and took advantage of it.
Ross over to Sipiwu, tipped up at the net. Contreras there. Eugene cross court for Dilac, and a little too far outside the pole. 0.4 Prospect, 23-19. No need to scramble yet, though, for the Grenadiers. They're up by 4, but here comes their worst nightmare at the service, Radonovich, who's been on a heater serving for Prospect. See if she could get him back into this ball game. 23-19. The service floated over. Zoislak. Eugene sends it over. Garland finds it. Radonovich over to Sipiwu. Sipiwu with the kill. 23-20. Elk Grove.
And this is
trying to hang
yeah,
on.
Elk Grove is gonna want to see it. They looked like they had stepped up in that spot. That Radovanovic.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Apologies.
Yeah.
Especially with no phonetic there. Definitely been butchering it all night, but that's okay. Radonovich floats this one over. Dilag unable to handle the floater. 23-21.
Yeah, as far as our pronunciation has been, her play has been the exact opposite. Yeah,
has not phased her.
At the line and in play. And Elk Grove taking that timeout, and I think unfortunately is the scenario you were just talking about. The only way to do it, they can still just get 2 points and get moving on.
And Elk Grove still has one more timeout. I saw the down ref signal to the up ref how many. So Elk Grove does have one more timeout in case Radonovich continues on.
Yeah, I would say absolutely.
You don't want to go home, possibly.
No, not with a timeout in your pocket. Yeah. Try to freeze her out like you'd see in a kicker. But so, speaking of cold, summer may be over, but Elk Grove Farmers Market continues through October 26th. Shop for seasonal fruits, vegetables, spices, breads, drinks, and more. It runs on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Municipal Complex parking lot located at 901 Wellington Avenue. More information can be found on the market's Facebook page.
Love it. As we're about ready to go back underway here, set number 2, Gren's lead 23-21. Radonovich and the Prospect Knights, though, clawing themselves back into this set. As there is Contreras, Eugene over to Dilac, floats it over, and it's kept up by Garland. Sipiwu sends it over now. Witkowski, Eugene over towards Korolak, and it finds the floor.
You could see the determination on Elk Grove on that one. Prospect just had to dump it over.
Yeah.
You could see this is it. This is our opening set, bump set spike.
Zoislak with set point. Sipiwu's attack finds the back line, 24-22, and the Knights live another point. And in comes Linky, my apologies. To service is Sipiwu, who had a little bit of a run her last service here, Amy Sipiwu. 24-22. Sipiwu's service. Witkowski handles. Eugene over toward Dilag. Sipiwu digs it up over the net and into the net. McCorney with a crucial mistake. 24-23, still set
Elk
point
Grove
for the Grens.
Elk Grove still got an opportunity here to close out this game.
Sipiwu's serve. Floats over. Witkowski, Eugene hustles after it. Free ball from Witkowski, Sipiwu. Rondovich, Linky attack to the ground. 24-24. Prospect found themselves down 23-18, and it's now 24-24. And Elk Grove calls the timeout with the momentum on the Knights side. Well, right now 24-24, your first Elk Grove volleyball game. What are your thoughts? Hopefully we go to a set 3 here.
I would love to see a set 3.
Yeah.
Nothing more just for Elk Grove to get an opportunity, but also just for myself to get an opportunity to watch. This has been fantastic. Anytime, hey, I would love to come back anytime. This has been fantastic. Like I said, I haven't, other than the Olympics, a little bit of Big Ten, but this has been excellent. And I also feel like both teams now almost finally feel warmed up and
Yeah.
into the game. The mistakes have gone down. The quality of play has gone up. It's been fantastic. I'd love to see a game 3.
Sipiru service. 24-24. Floats it over. Contreras there. Eugene looking for Dilac. Floats it up. Radovic. Garland. Free ball over. There's Witkowski. Eugene floats it. Dumps it. 25-24. Olivia Eugene with the nifty little play.
That was a thing of beauty. Just watching Prospect cheat over a little bit towards the center and going up like she's going to kill it right down, and just the little, just that little dink over the top, no one home.
Here is Eugene looking to close out set number 2. Garland there, Linky, a crossover for Bronder. Witkowski dug that up. Eugene, Dilac, and it's a ball handling error from Olivia Eugene, tying it back up 25-25.
No, you'll have to explain that one to me. I'm not
So
sure.
she touched it with one hand before the other hand and not at the same time.
Gotcha.
As Garland sends it back over, Dilac, Eugene. Dilac with the attack. Linky kept it up. Radonovic goes right to Linky for the attack. Dilac hustles over. The Grenadiers hustle it over back to the other side. Sipiwu. Radonovic looking for Bronder. And it falls through the arms of Witkowski. Point for Prospect, and now set point for the Knights. And over to serve the senior libero, Anna Garland, looking to close it out. 26-25. Garland over the net. Dilac. Eugene Droz just has to hit it over, out of position. As now Prospect scrambles, and that never made it over the net. 26-26. Sloppy play there.
It's sloppy, but boy, is this exciting.
It is a lot of
This
fun.
is exciting, especially at the angle that we have over here. I feel like we're on the court with them.
Yeah.
My heart's racing.
The energy is up inside the gym as well with both teams.
Absolutely, a lot of fantastic fans out here.
Radonovic looking for Linky, unable to get it over the net. As there was a bad pass there from Radonovic, and it's now set point for the Grenadiers.
And now the tables have turned,
Once
and
again.
we'll see what happens.
Angelica Dilag, the service. Over, Sipiwu. Radonovic looking for Bronder. Bronder attacks it. So it's Lack over to Eugene. Wadas with the attack, dug up. Sipiwu with the diving effort. Radonovic sends it, and they are saying Radonovic went over the middle line. 28-26. Grenadiers win set number 2.
Oh, what a fantastic set. That was.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what set 3 is going to bring us. And
Yeah.
on that last play, you can see head coach Tara Braceros for Elk Grove was all over that even before the referees called it. She happened to be right in my line of sight when I saw it. I'm like, okay, I'm still learning all the rules. I'm like, okay, that's got to be good. That's got to be good.
Yeah. You kind of said it, though. That last set, we kind of seen both teams really feel themselves into this game, and I think that's why at the college level is so significant. It's best 3 out of 5 instead of 2 out of 3. Now, obviously you want to win set 1 and then sweep, but in that case, if you drop set 1, the game's not over. You're not on a do or die set
you're not
right
on
away.
that back foot. That is an excellent point. And you look across all sports, the differences between high school and college, and then of course from college to pro. A lot of times those differences between college and pro are not as significant as they are from the jump between high school and college. And it's tough. It's tough because I've always been a strong proponent of remembering that these are student athletes, these are high schoolers. Obviously the college, they're student athletes as well, but maybe there's a little bit of a different bit of pressure on them. I always love to bring up, this is a long day for all these players out here. They're going to class all day. Maybe even they're getting in early for training or weightlifting or team meeting. And yeah, if you start going best of 5, we started here, I would say a little bit late, and then
6:45.
With the way these two teams are playing tonight, we're going 5 games, and they're going long. And as a fan, as a viewer, I would love to watch that. As a person, as a father, I also understand that we need to make sure that they get home
Yeah.
to
They have to
get up for class the next day. They have to, after playing this, leaving their hearts on the court, they probably have to go home and study for a test or do their homework, or at the very least they need to be able to unwind at the end of the day. But yeah, that, like you said, it would be great to see what would happen, what would change in the records for these teams if it was a best of 5 versus a best of 3.
You're absolutely correct, Tiz. Elk Grove back onto the court. So, set number 3, we will still go to 25, win by 2, as we were alluding to in college or in the pros. If you go to a set 5, it's 1st to 15, win by 2. But since we're only playing 3 sets, it is still 25, win by 2 here in IHSA girls and boys volleyball. As we go to winner go home set here, 3 best words in the volleyball. 3 best words in any sport, win or go home.
It really lets you know what you need to get done.
Yeah, for sure.
And here we go to start it off.
Radovanovic. Yeah.
Coming up to the line. This could have a significant impact on this third set.
So is Lack over to Eugene. Dilac attacks and gets out of the rotation right away. Point for the Grenadiers. 1-0. Zoislak back to serve for Elk Grove. They're saying number 8, Eden Korolak didn't go out on the right side of the line, and that was the problem, as Zoislak starts it off in the right way with the service ace for the Grenadiers. 2-0.
And I believe that is the first of the 3 sets where Elk Grove has jumped out to the lead to start.
Absolutely. So is Zoislak almost hit off the tape for another service ace. But that one falls back onto the Elk Grove side. 2-1 in favor of the Grenadiers. Nice service with Linky. Linky floats it over. Dilac. Eugene the setter over right back to Dilac. The attack. Garland. Linky hustles after it to keep it up. Garland, free ball over to the Grens. Contreras, Eugene looking for McCorney, floats it, kill. Aubrey McCorney with the big time kill for the junior, 3-1.
They were lined up perfect. Prospect was lined up very well for the block there, but Elk Grove saw it the whole way.
Absolutely. Just want to win 1 point at a time here. It's a long set, but you can make it short if you would like with Eugene here at the service. Sapiwu. Radonovic. Garland attacks. It's Dilac dugging it up. Drost attack. Hits off Sapiwu. Point for the Grenadiers. 4-1. Elk Grove starting off hot here in set number 3.
And just a reminder, Elk Grove looking to get their first conference win.
Yep.
And, you know, it is close. I'd have to look back at the stands if they've been this close.
As Sapiwu's attack never made it over the net. So makes it 5-1 in favor of the Grenadiers. I don't know off the top of my head if they have, as Olivia Eugene continues to dice up the Prospect defense at the service line, and it's going to result in a timeout for the Knights, down 6-1 here.
We don't have all of the individual set scores in front of us, so I'm sure they've been in some close ones as well.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
Just to put a little bit of emphasis on it, I would say both teams keeping their spirits high.
Yeah.
You're not seeing any down shoulders. You're seeing a lot of smiles.
Yeah.
They're having fun. They're playing well. It's been a good game. And these both teams have had seasons with ups and downs. Probably somewhat middling, and that can take a toll on a player. I've probably been on more bad teams in my years playing youth sports than I was on good or winning teams, and sometimes it can get to you. It can get you down. You can get the burnout. But I'm not seeing any of that tonight, and that makes me so happy to see. You see the girls out there playing a game that they love, having fun, and let's see where this third set takes us.
Yeah, 6-1. Timeout, first timeout used by Prospect. And Olivia Eugene, the junior, back to service here once again for the Grenadiers. On a roll. This one goes over, and there is Garland. Radonovich send over, and Sipiwu gets the attack. Diving effort from Witkowski, kept it up.
I'm going to say that went so high it probably went off the rafters, and that's unfortunate because that was an excellent dig off of an excellent spike.
Anna Garland now serving for Prospect, sends it over. Witkowski, Zoislak kept it up. Dialak the attack, finds the back corner of the court. 7-2. Elk Grove getting that point right back to keep it a 5-point lead. In Dialak to service now for the Grenadiers. She floats it up. Sipiwu, Radonovich right back to Sipiwu. Attack blocked at the net. And a double block, McCorney and Drost. 8-2.
Just to bring it up again, it's very interesting to see. This is almost, quite the momentum swing from the beginning of the first set to here. We're almost seeing an inverse.
Eugene digs up the Prospect attack. It is a free ball resulting, though. Radonovich flicks it over. Zozlak saw it all the way. Eugene, heavy touch, and it is too far for Radas to get it over the net. Back to 5-point lead for the Grens, 8-3. And Lucy Ross checks back in. She's been pretty good at serving here this afternoon, as well as Abby Damaski at service, checks into the game for Prospect as well. So Ross, over the net it goes. Zoislak there. Eugene looking for McCorney. Out it goes. No touch from the Prospect side, so it makes it 8-4. Prospect inching their way back into set number 3 here. Ross serves it. Over it goes. Zozlak. Eugene. Wadas attacks. Splits the gap. There is Curamello, though. Attack from Damaski, but it goes over the end line 9-4. Elk Grove gets back to the 5-point lead. And here comes Mary Tan to service for the Grenadiers.
And, for Elk Grove, this is exactly the position you want to be. She's had a great night for service, especially I think it was set 1.
Yeah, she went on a very big run.
Very big run. Got them right back into the game.
Ross hustles after this one. Sipiwu attacks, kept up, and a block by Eden Korolak, the senior. And that makes it 10-4. The Grenadiers keeping this 6-point lead. And Tan looking to extend this lead. 10-4 it is currently. Over and out over the head of Garland. She ducked at the last second there.
Yeah, that was
a
an
good
excellent
serve.
heads-up play, if you will.
Sipiwu now to service 10-5 in favor of the Grens. McCorney checks in and then goes right back out for Zoislak, the libero. Sipiwu service. And over the head of Dilag, she makes the same move Garland did.
Back to back.
Exactly there. 2 good serves, just good defensive work on the other side not to touch it. As now Julia Drozd to serve for the Grenadiers. Linky, Ross, right back to Linky. And they're going to say it was a block out of bounds by Korolak. It was interesting. I thought it never made it over and hit off the top tape, but they're in the better position than we are.
Definitely, yeah, they definitely. I think it made it just over. It bounced off that antenna on its way back.
So Anna Range, the freshman, back into the game.
Another very close play at the net, and
so Range service hits off the tape, never made it over. The freshman came in for one play there and was unable to do her job. And we'll head back to the bench.
Even at 12-6, this set just still feels.
Oh, it's anyone's game still.
Yeah.
The amount of momentum swings that you see in volleyball is crazy. It's
absolutely. That's what I'm learning here tonight, and it has been fascinating to see just how much a game can be flipped on its head.
Witkowski sends it over. Pemis, unable to handle the serve, makes it 13-6 in favor of the Grens. The senior Vanessa Witkowski service ace. And she's right back at the service line. Nev Pomis was the first attack here for Witkowski. Let's see if she goes back. Here it goes. She attacks Linky this time. She handles it. Ross and blocked by attacked by Bronder. And the up ref says yes, play on. Bronder keeps it up. Zoazlak, free ball here for Prospect. Pomis, Ross, attack from Damaski, dug up, hustled over by Eugene. Zoazlak sends it over. Pemis, Ross, Bronder attack, kept up, to the ground it goes. What a rally and what a point for Prospect, 13-7.
Every time I'm thinking there's going to be a point, someone just comes up with another big play.
Let's check
Once
it
again,
back into
getting to that third set. We're really seeing some fantastic play here.
As Bronder just checked in, Skoransky will be the one with the kill. As Radanovic back into serve. Here is Korolak. She's unable to get it. So Radanovic back to serve for Prospect. Down by 5 now, 13-18 in set number 3. The senior Radanovic. Diving effort from Witkowski right back onto the Prospect side. Linky the attack. And point for Prospect. Linky with the kill. The block went straight down on the Elk Grove side, 13-9.
Going all the way around in the rotation here.
Yeah.
And that's the first time we've seen that tonight. And, both teams probably...
Dilak with the big kill there from the assist from Eugene, 14-9.
Yeah, sorry. Both teams probably were initially breathing a sigh of relief, but now we're going to be right back in it again.
Yep.
Elk Grove did another big sigh of relief with Radovanovic still having a phenomenal night.
Zolezlak service, and the attack there from Bronder never makes it over, 15-9. Zoazlak the service over. Garland handles it. Linky looking for Garland. She floats it over. Zoazlak there. Eugene flicks it. Garland read it all the way. Randovic tries the same thing, and she finds the back corner. Point 15-10 in favor of the Grens, though.
Libero reading it this time, not going to get caught twice, and then able to just pull the exact same move.
Yeah, you can only do that move 2 or 3 times in a match.
Right, probably,
They kind of catch on.
Yeah. Especially Prospect was much better positioned.
Diving effort here from Linky. Kept up. Here's Dilak with the attack. Linky. Now it's with Bronder. Zoazlak dug up. Contreras there. Dilak sends over the net. Linky keeps it up. And Ross sends it over the net. Or actually, that's Radanovic. And it's going to work out. Radanovic and Bronder fought for that one, and it falls to the ground 15-11. And the Knights are only down by 4 now. Linky sends it from the service. Witkowski, Eugene, Dilak attack. Linky there, though. Floated over for Radanovic. Eugene kept it up. Dilak attacks, blocked up at the net. Skoransky with the kill.
And when that came
15-12.
When that came off her hand, I thought for sure that was going to go out. Enough spin, just died right there at the end, get inside that line. Excellent hit.
Linky back to serve. Allie Linky. Over. Contreras dives right over to the Prospect side. Radanovic. Over to Bronder. Never made it over the tape.
Yeah, and
Elk Grove regains a 4-point lead. 16-12.
Looks like Bronder just mistimed her jump there. Just got a little ahead of it. Couldn't get any power and get it over. And that's probably a little bit of a symptom of it being set 3.
Yeah.
I mean, other the breaks in between these sets, many of these players have been playing almost all 3 sets. that fatigue is going to work its way into the game.
Sapiwu. Attack is dug up by Zozlak. There's Dialag's attack. It's going to be dug. Sapiwu's second attack through the arms of McCorney, and a point for the Knights, 16-13. As we are heading to the final stages of our match. Garland to the service. Witkowski handles the serve. Eugene over to Dialag. Dialag's attack dug up by Carmelo. It's going to be a free ball for the Elk Grove. Witkowski, Eugene looking for Droz. Droz just has to float it up. Garland sucks it in. Radonovich. Sapiwu's attack. Zaulak is there. Eugene. Witkowski back row attack. Dug up by Radonovich. Garland sets it. Sapiwu attacks through the arms of Witkowski. And the Knights now within 2, 16-14.
There's a little bit of power behind that we haven't seen in a little while.
Yeah.
As the match drags on, I mean, it's about as long as a game you can get.
Garland floats it over. Witkowski hustles, and it's a service ace for Anna Garland and the Knights. 16-15. Set number 3. It's been a blast here inside Elk Grove High School. He's Brian Syring. I'm Chris Randall. We thank you for joining us as always. As Garland's set goes over, and Drowse just floats it over. Now Garland, Radonovich looking for number 16, Annika Dolany, and she gets the kill. The junior, first time seeing her this evening, gets a kill. Dolny ties the ball game up at 16 apiece. It's a race to 9. And that causes a timeout for Elk Grove.
Boy. Oh, boy.
While we got a quick second, as always, we want to thank the entire EGTV staff. Joey, Scott, Debbie, and Ross, everyone always doing such great work for us. As we owe it all, as we and the entire Elk Grove community owe it all to them. EGTV Channel 6.
Absolutely, and I'll just give another shout out. Once again, it is my favorite time of the year, so I'm going to plug it again. EGTV Halloween. Get your classic scare fix by tuning in to EGTV for our annual Creepy Classic movies and radio shows that we featured the entire month of October. Check the program guide at EGTV.org to see what's playing and when. Like I said, I love it. I tune in every year. I stream at work. Scott does a phenomenal job putting those together for you. And unlike, say, online watching your own videos, you don't have someone curating just a collection for you. And that's what you get by going on EGTV.org.
Absolutely. As we are ready to go back here, 16-16 our score. A race to 9, of course, win by 2. Garland sends it back into play. Witkowski over to Eugene. Droz attack over the back line, and Prospect finds themselves with a lead now, 17-16. Anna Garland and the Knights going on a run.
Where we're sitting, I would love to see a replay of that. Maybe it wasn't as close as I thought from here, but it didn't seem like you get a lot closer than that on that back line.
Back line attack from Witkowski. Prospect there. And there is the attack from Dolny. It goes into the top tape. We're back tied at 17 now.
I don't see this. I honestly don't see this game going to only 25.
As we're going to see Lana Stefanovic into the game, the sophomore in for Elk Grove.
And like we talked about, these were two fairly even teams on the score sheets coming in. Other than that initial run in the first set, these games have been phenomenally close.
Yeah, as Bronder's attack never made it over the net, Elk Grove regains the lead, 18-17. And at the helm at the moment, Lana Stefanovic, the sophomore. Second one floats, and she finds the ace. Stefanovic coming in out of nowhere, finding herself in a rotation here. And 2 big-time points for the Grenadiers.
Sophomore coming off the bench.
Yeah.
She'll prove me wrong on it being close to the end to see if they keep this rally going.
As Sapiwu gets them out of the rotation, makes it 19-18. Amy Sapiwu stops the Grens in the tracks, and that brings in Lucy Ross to service, as well as Abby Damaski at the line. 19-18 our score. It's been an absolute blast here inside of Elk Grove High School as Ross sends this one over the net. Dialek, Eugene, Wadas checking in for set number 3 in a big-time way. 20-18.
And, Wadas has been doing that all night.
Yeah,
she's
has.
had a phenomenal game tonight.
Not sure why she wasn't in the rotation there to start. That was her first attack and first time being on the court in this third set.
For the third
making
set,
her
yeah.
name showing right away.
I can only assume that there is a strategy that is beyond me.
Maybe getting her
lowest,
back.
maybe just that.
Tan service. Ross setting towards Sapiwu over the back line. Grenadiers now 4 points away in a 3-point lead, 21-18. 4 points away from the first conference win of the season and looking to extend their record to 12-17. As Tan service, Garland there. Ross right back to Sapiwu, dug up by Drost. And Wadas floats it over to the prospect side. Ross now does the same. And nobody home, a miscommunication there from Eugene and Dilag. And it now is 21-19. And Linky back into the ball game. The Sapiwu to serve for the Knights. The junior at service. The whistle from the top ref gets us back underway. Over the net it goes. There's Wadas. Eugene looking for Droz. Droz attacks continue on our side. Wadas floats it up. Eugene just has to send it over. Sapiwu there. Ross looking for Linky. Linky floats it across court. Nobody home. Prospect within one.
Prospect caught him cheating a little to the middle there. Unfortunate for Elk Grove, but they still have that 1 point, and we're 20-21-20.
Sapiwu's attack. Wadas kept it in the air. Eugene right to Wadas. Wadas attack over the back line, and we are now tied 21-21. 4 points possibly remain here. Again, you said we think it's going to go more than 25. Sapiwu over the net. Dilak, Eugene floated over.
Keeps it alive. That was beautiful play.
Ross, Linky, the attack, diving effort there from Dilak. Wadas attacks, kept up by the black from Dolny. Back row attack from Siwu. Now Eugene over to Wadas. Wadas floats it, and it falls to the court. Reese Wadas coming up big once again for this Grenadiers squad.
Eugene to Wadas has been a fantastic combo for Elk Grove tonight. Like you said, there must be something more at play for why Wadas was kept out. But maybe it was to keep her fresh for this scenario that we're in, where we may be going more than 25 to win this set.
Ross sets it over to Linky a little bit behind her. Droz, now Eugene looking for Wadas again. Off the fingertips of Dolny, and it's 23-21 timeout Prospect due to the Reese Wadas thunderstorm she brings. As we are 2 points away here, set number 3, Elk Grove found themselves down 1-0. And they are now 2 points away from winning 2 straight sets here in their first conference victory.
The stands have been they've been into it.
Fun.
It's been fantastic. We got Prospect has a good cheering section here.
The lower level squads on both sides here, making the energy known inside this gym. It's been a lot of fun.
Let's see who can carry the day with about, I don't know.
Yeah, we're hoping Elk Grove can
anywhere
finish it
from
off
2 to
here.
24 points. That's my best guess.
Yeah. As Drost to serve, the senior sends it over the net. There is Pomus. Attack off the American flag from Linky, so it's a free ball. Eugene right over to Wadas. Wadas tipped up, continue on the side. Eugene looking now for Drost on the back row attack. Garland kept it up. Ross over to Linky. Linky floats it over. Drost is there. Now it is with Eugene. She just has to hit it over. Pomus. Ross looking for Linky again. She floats it to the side. Nobody home on the Elk Grove sideline. Linky has found that spot when nobody is home.
And I'm going to say that part of what's going on here is with Linky having such power and such height.
Yeah,
you see Elk Grove cheating into the middle to cover from getting that kill, and then it's just opening up a lot of space just to dink it over.
Yeah. In to serve once again the freshman Anna Range, 23-22, big time spot here in the match. She floats it over. There's Dilac, hustle over from Wadas. They say it's good. So free ball now back to the Elk Grove side. Zozlak, Eugene right to Wadas. Wadas attack, never made.